All right, hello, my Ascension friends. Welcome to what I believe is probably going to be the last video that we will be putting out for the school year. We are going to do a STEM experiment today. We're going to take a look at sugar and what it does in water, and then we are going to stack some different sugars and make a sugar rainbow in a cylinder. We're going to talk about it as we go, but I got everything we need here, and we will get going and we'll explain it as we go and have some fun with science. Yay! So here we go. All right, so the first thing we're going to do, what we need for this, I've got some warm water over here in a tea kettle, right? I've got my cylinder. This is a cylinder. It's got measurements on it to tell me how much I'm putting in it and how to measure things. In science, they use these to measure liquids and different things. I've got a measuring spoon. This one is up to a teaspoon, and it does different ones in there. Got a plate so I can show you some stuff. And then I've got 3 bowls here, 1, 2, 3, with food coloring. They're empty bowls right now, with food coloring in each one, and I will show you what for in just a minute. And then that's pretty much all we need. So let's get going. Let's talk about water and sugar, right? So I'm gonna take a little bit of water and I'm gonna put it in this, right? Nice and clear, right? Crystal clear water. So then I'm gonna take a little bit of this sugar, right? Just a little spoonful of sugar. That's not very much sugar. We're gonna put it in there. We're gonna stir it around, and now this is warm water so that it breaks down the sugar into, so it can blend into the water, and you don't see it, and it makes it nice one liquid, right? So it's nice and melted in there. And ooh, wait a minute, it's still nice and clear, crystal clear. Doesn't look any different right now than the regular water. So what's going on inside that water, friends? Where'd that sugar go? What's it doing? That's what we're going to talk about today and right now. So let me put this over here. Perfect. So what we're going to do, and I'll show you. I am going to show you 1 teaspoon of regular old sugar. So that is 1 teaspoon of regular sugar. And I'm going to put it right here on my plate. 1 teaspoon, 1 tablespoon. That is 4 grams of sugar. So 4 grams of sugar, 1 tablespoon. That's what 4 grams of sugar looks like, right, friends? 4 grams doesn't seem like much, right? One tablespoon, or sorry, 1 teaspoon. Now, let's think about our yummy soda that we like, and this is why I let my son, I'm okay if he has one every now and then, but we don't have a lot because they have a lot of sugar, right? How much sugar is in just 1 can of soda? That is a lot of sugar, it looks like on the plate. That's only 4 grams. There are 40 grams, 40 in 1 can. How many teaspoons is that? I'll show you. 2, 3, 4. That's a lot of sugar. 5, 6, 7, 8. Oh my gosh, we're gonna keep going. 9. So much sugar. The mountain keeps getting bigger. And 10. That, my friends, is 40 grams of sugar. And 40 grams of sugar is how much is in 1 normal soda, or kind of a sugary beverage in a can, or something like that. So I wanted to give you that comparison so you can see what that looks like. So what are we going to do with this? I'm going to show you. I'm going to show you what's going on, because you say that, that Sprite or whatever, that sugary drink you're drinking looks just like water, right? It's clear, looks like water. It feels like it's the same, right? It's liquid. So I'll show you what happens to that sugar and why they're different. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take 25 milliliters. So milliliters are just how scientists measure liquid. And I was talking to sugar. Grams is another way of weighing something. So scientists like to weigh things in grams. We weigh things in pounds a lot, right? You weigh 35 pounds, 40 pounds. We just, in science, we weigh things in grams. So I'm going to take my 25 milliliters and I'm going to pour 25 milliliters of warm water into each one of my clear cups here. So you can see 2 and 3. Put them in my bowls. Now, I'm going to take some food coloring. The first one I'm going to do is red. And I'm going to put 1 drop of red food coloring in my cup here. And I'm going to swirl it around till it starts getting red, right? Then, and this is so we can see when we stack our sugars. I'm going to take the blue. Actually, I'm not. I'm going to take the yellow. And we're going to put 1 drop of food coloring in there. 1 drop. And we're going to mix that around so it's yellow. There we go, nice and yellow. And last but not least, our blue friend here. So we're going to put 1 drop of the blue. And we're almost out of the blue, so 1 drop of the blue. There we go. You don't want to do too many because that messes up the colors and it doesn't look right in your cylinder here. So, we got our blue now, right? So, what we're going to do is we're going to start with the red. And we're going to make that one the lightest because the more sugar, if you put that just that 4 grams in, it would still have sugar in the water. It just wouldn't be very much, right? And the more sugar you put in, the heavier that water gets, right? The thicker it gets. You put so much sugar in water, you end up getting a syrup, like your pancake syrup and things like that. So anyway, so I'm going to take a half of a tablespoon, or teaspoon, I'm sorry. I'm going to take a half of a teaspoon, and I'm going to put it in my red. And that's going to be our sugary water with the least amount of sugar in it. And now how this works, friends, is the one that has the most amount of sugar in it, the one that is the thickest, is the heaviest, right? So what happens when things are heavy, right? They're hard to hold up. They go down, right? So we're going to mix these up, half a teaspoon, so that's 2 grams of sugar. Then we're going to put a whole teaspoon, sorry, in this one, in yellow. And then we're going up by a half a teaspoon every time. We're going to put 1 and a half in the blue. So that's a half a teaspoon in the red, 1.5 teaspoons or 6 grams of sugar in the yellow, and then a teaspoon and a half in the blue, which is 8 grams. So we've got 2, 4, and 8 grams in our water, right? So you take your liquid and you want it, now that that warm water has dissolved all that sugar, we want it to get so we can stack it on top of each other. We want to put it in the refrigerator for about a half an hour and it will get nice and cool and will end up looking like, you can probably see it in the background, these 3 right here. So we've got our red, our yellow, and our blue, right? They all look the same, right? They all look like just water with color in them, right? Water with color in them. I'll show you the yellow one, right? This is the one with the most sugar in it, and this is the one with the least sugar in it. And they don't really look any different, do they? No, but we'll show why they're different in just a second. So, make sure we start with the right colors here first. Let's double check. We are starting with our red. That's what I thought. So, I'm going to take my beaker, and I'm going to put my red, because it is the heaviest. I'm sorry, no, it's not. We started with the red. We are going to put our blue in, because that is the heaviest. So I'm going to take my blue, and I'm going to pour it into my cylinder, right? And it's going to hang out on the bottom, right there. Because it's got all that sugar in it, right? right there. Very good. Then what I'm going to do is I'm going to take the one that's the next heaviest. So that's going to be our middle one. That was our yellow. There it is, right here. Right, our yellow. And I'm going to gently pour it, as you can see, down the side of the cylinder, very slowly. And continue to put that in. And we'll put that guy in there. Very good. Get our yellow in the middle. And last but not least, we have our red, which we're going to tip our cylinder. And put our red on the top. Right? And when we are done, we tip it back over and put it like that. And now we will see, and hopefully this is hard to see on camera again. You can probably see we have 3 different colors in our cylinder. We have the green. This is super hard to see on the camera here. Let's see if we can get a little bit closer. So we have the green on the bottom, the blue on the bottom, the yellow in the middle, and the red is on the top. So the red has the least amount of sugar, is sitting up here on the top. Then the middle is the yellow, and towards the bottom you have the blue. So they have all settled. The heaviest is on the bottom. You can see that blue is in there. Then we go up to the yellow, and then we go up to the red. Yellow, blue. Anyway, so that is what happens when we put them in our cylinder. So, that's what happens with sugar in our drinks. So they don't look any different, but the more sugar in there, the heavier that water gets, and the thicker it gets, and that's why you saw that blue one settled at the bottom, the yellow one was in the middle, and the red was at the top. Pretty cool stuff, right? So that is our STEM experiment on sugar and water. And that's probably the last one we have for the year. So, friends, miss you guys. Thank you for bearing with us and getting through this craziness. I hope to see some of you during the summer at summer camp. And if we don't, we'll see you next year. We love you guys. We'll see you soon.